All right, what's up, gang? Today we've got a little bit of a two-part mission. I got to swing by the auto parts store and get a replacement brake light bulb. Apparently that is out. And we got to get some tire plug kits. Maybe two. At least one, maybe two. Apparently I've got a slow leak in two back tires. So we're going to see if we can plug them rather than replace them. I'm not quite ready to replace them, but I will be soon. I think a plug will last plenty until I can get that done. So just got some coffee in the old cup. So let's head to the auto parts store, grab those parts, and then we're gonna get up to a pond, or maybe two. We got a couple or few hours before I got some other appointments to get to, and then that'll be it for the day, really, because I got some work to do. But let's get going. Buckle up for safety. Get into the zone, auto zone. All right, so I got the stuff I need. Gotta replace at least this one. That's the one that was burned out. Go ahead and do both, so they'll burn out closer to the same time, hopefully, instead of just have one die in a little bit. There we go. That was weird. Alright, so we got the bulbs changed. Throw this trash away, the old bulb away. Tire plug kit we're gonna do when I get back to the house. I'm not gonna take off my tire and plug all that right here in this parking lot. I do have an air compressor with me so I can top off the air. For the moment, let's go fishing. This spot that we're heading to today is one at a public park. I don't know that it's heavily fished. I mean, I assume any pond at a public park like this that looks as juicy as this does is going to be pretty heavily fished, but we've scouted it once. I haven't gotten to fish it yet, so I'm really excited about today. We brought the dog over here for a walk around one day and took a look, And I mean, it looks juicy. So we're gonna pull in here today and take a look around. If there's a bunch of people here, maybe I'll fish, maybe I'll move on. The park's only been open for about 25 minutes, so I'm getting here about as early as I'm allowed to. And well, hopefully we can get on some fish. This place, I think it has multiple ponds, or maybe it's one pond that connects together a bunch of weird ways. But it's got quite a bit of water to cover. And I'm planning on fishing kind of slow. I'm probably gonna, I might throw on something quick at first, but I'm probably gonna end up fishing this pretty slow. Like stick baits, or maybe a Texas rig. A couple of people in here. It's looking pretty good. I could park here. Be a good spot to stop and take a break too if I need to. Let's look down here real quick. All around this bridge and this cut. I think this is all going to be a good area. Yeah, I think this is good. I may end up having to tie on a new leader. I do already have a wacky rig tied on, but let's get going. I'm starting off, of course, with putting on some of my Fishing Control brand insect repellent. My girlfriend invented this stuff. I mean, it's better than anything I've ever bought from the store. Including any of the DEET stuff, DET or whatever it is. This stuff's thinner. It doesn't feel or smell chemically. It's very natural. It doesn't feel oily. It's real thin. It just goes right in. It evaporates and dissipates a little quicker than some of the store brand stuff, but it's more effective. So you just got to apply a little more often. But if it works and it doesn't feel gross and I don't feel like I'm getting a bunch of awful chemicals in my body, I feel like it's worth it. So this stuff will be available soon. We're working out a few more details, but then it will be available. I even like to spray a little on the bill of my hat. Keeps them away from my face. You'll notice with this stuff that they're not repelled all the way away from you, but they're also not landing on you or biting you. So I don't really care if there's bugs around me, as long as they're not biting me or landing all over me or whatever, you know? So this stuff is a lifesaver. Okay, so we're gonna start on this back side, work our way all the way around this little area. Starting off first with this Yum Dinger. June bug colored. Feel like I can work all the close stuff with that pretty good first. If this doesn't produce anything, we may switch up to a jerkbait for a minute. And then probably come back across with a Texas rig. Some activity over here already. Just brought the one rod today. Definitely not my favorite reel. But it's the one I've got set up today, so it's what I'm using. That's a fish right there. Oh, he threw it. He threw it, but that was a fish right there. That was a decent fish. Well, we're off to a good start. We'll see if we can actually set the hook on one of those here. That was good. He was right in close too. There we go, a little slack this time. Dang. That was a decent fish. That was maybe a 1.5 or 2 pounder. Small topwater. This lure, Texas rig bandito bug. We're back after a little break. June bug color, bluegill pattern square bill crankbait. There he is. Hey guy. Alligator. I'm gonna leave you alone now. So these fish have been quite elusive today, to say quite the least. We're about to give it probably what's going to be our last effort before I need to like go to the grocery store and stuff like that. We're going with a weightless Texas rigged Yum Dinger in the June bug color. It's like a purple with blue fleck color. I like the Yum Dingers. I have some lunker logs, which I also like. The scent in those seems to work really good, but I don't have what I think would be a good enough dark color for here, and I don't want to waste them. They're kind of expensive. Yum Dingers are pretty cheap. I only have 2 more of this color, and then I got to go to another color, but they're only like $2 or $3 a pack. Sometimes I can find them on sale for $1.50. So that's different from like between $6 and $8 a pack, depending on where I gotta find lunker logs. So let's get to it. Quit talking. All right, so it's 2 days later. We're back out here, the same pond. We'll call it Alligator Pond for lack of a better term. I don't want to tell you where I am, but I have a very particular lure I want to try out today. This was a ground score at another lake in North Georgia. Crawfish pattern square bill. The hooks that were on it when I found it were all rusted out, so I replaced them. So fresh hooks, and we're starting in the same spot where I got the bite before. We're just gonna work our way back along this thing. I've got a lot of stuff to do today, so we have a very limited amount of time. So without further ado, we're just gonna get to this thing. All right, work our way up here a little bit. Wind's going across. That's the way I'm gonna start. From back here a little bit. My bite last time was like right out here, and I'm betting there's a bedding fish. I'm betting there's a bedding, there's a bedding. All right, we're gonna make a move. One other spot I want to throw around for a second, and then that's it. There's a good looking spot on the way in. Hopefully nobody else has gotten here and taken that spot yet. So far I think I'm the only one here besides a guy who may be homeless living in the woods. he was out on the bridge and there's no other cars here and there's no houses within walking distance, so either he's just like channeling his inner Steve Wallace and doing some stealth camping, or he's living out here. Either way, I'm not trying to mess with him. We'll give him his space, let him do his thing. All right, so there's 2 holes I'm gonna hit right here. Probably 10 casts from each hole. There's one right here, and then there's another one just like it right over there by that sign that is talking about the gators. There's gators all in here. So I would imagine they feed on a decent number of the fish in here. If it's that shallow in here and we've only got this much time, I might switch up my lure real quick to a wacky worm. It means fewer casts, but it's also more weedless, and I think would be more likely to get hit on by a bedding fish than this crankbait. Although it is a craw pattern. Now, the reason craws are so good for this time of year for preparing to bed fish or even bedding fish that are guarding eggs is because crawfish are a natural enemy. They eat fish eggs. So one that's on the move like this might get attacked by a big mama bass or you know, stuff like that. But really, they're just going to be trying to move it off the bed. And we're going to do this real quick as I can. So I switched it up to a green pumpkin Kraken craw. I wish I had a darker color craw. Would probably be a little better for up in here. But I think this will do okay if it actually passes by a fish. That's the trick right now, is actually finding them. I know there's some good ones in here. Last time I was here, I saw a couple of good jumps, and I mean, again, I had that one good bite that he was on, and he just threw the hook when he jumped. I really hope I have more than just that to put in this video, but I think it's important for you guys to see my fails as much as it is to see my successes, just so you see how much effort I'm putting into trying to figure out the pattern down here. And I mean, to keep it as real as possible, it is fishing, not catching. So especially when you come to new areas, sometimes it's going to take a while to figure out the fish, and you just can't let that turn you off to it. It's going to be tough sometimes. Last spot. I'm gonna give this like maybe 5 minutes, and then I gotta go. Definitely a gator slide spot. Might be able to reach the other side with a cast from here. That's a fish. That's a fish, and I think I got him. Yes, finally. Oh my gosh, I was about to leave. Oh, buddy, I've never been so happy to see a dink. Oh goodness. Well, little largemouth, very pale, got it on the crack and craw. Thank you so much, little guy. Thank you so much, little guy. Oh. Oh, never been so happy to see a dink in all my life. Oh, fish slime on my hands. Oh, that just made my whole morning, my whole week, really. Yeah, let me get back to the car so I can get, I really, like, literally, that was at the wire time to go. So let me get situated here at the car, and I'll give you a little recap of my thoughts on this mission. So with literally 10 minutes and 54 seconds of space left on my SD card and about 3 or 4 minutes overtime, I still managed to pull out a fish there at the last minute. I mean, last second. Never been so happy to catch a dink in my life. Really, really happy we got that fish. I haven't reviewed the video from 2 days ago yet. I'm hoping that other fish that I jumped is on there. God, of course it got really windy right now while I'm trying to film this outro. I hope you can actually hear me. Crazy windy today, out of nowhere. But that's it for this episode of Fishing Control. If you haven't already had the opportunity, go ahead and hit subscribe. And when you do, make sure to hit that little bell next to it, set it to all so you get all the notifications when I upload new videos, if you want to see more stuff like this. And if you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit that like button, maybe even leave a comment. Tell me what you'd like to see more of, less of, what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. I'm in the coastal Georgia area, so if there's anything you'd like to see me hit down here, go ahead and comment down there and tell me about it. And I'll see if I can get a video over there. But until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next trip.